In this video, we will give you an overview what has happened since our last 1-year sailing adventure. 2 years have already passed and a lot of things happened. But wait, if you are on our channel the first time, I want to give you a brief introduction and overview. So 2018 and 2019, my parents Sue and Klaus made a 1-year sailing trip to Panama, to Colombia, and spent an awesome time in Jamaica, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and the Bahamas. During this time, I did an exchange here in Minnesota, and my sister traveled through Australia and New Zealand with a friend. After a year, my parents sold their sailboat because they had to go back home to Austria to work again. After a short stop in New York, they flew back home. After that, I returned from my exchange year, which was just awesome. Some weeks later, we decided to take a third dog. Yeah, my family is pretty crazy. So we went to Hungary to look for a puppy. The breed is called Magyar Vizsla. The puppies were so cute. Check this out. We already have 2 dogs which we rescued from the streets in Sicily. But my dad wanted to have this special kind of dog, and after we saw them in Hungary, we fell in love with Lou. 4 weeks later, when Lou was 8 weeks old, we were allowed to pick her up and took her home. The first few weeks of getting to know each other were not easy for Vanya, our oldest and jealous dog, but he got used to Lou and now they became good friends. So what else had happened in the last 2 years? Oh yes, my parents really wanted to continue traveling after they sold their sailboat and therefore bought an old Airstream built in 1972, which my father then completely renovated. He spent 6 months and made this old RV to a nice, rolling and stylish tiny house. After it was finished, we made a road trip to Italy and we ended up on our favorite island in Sicily, where we found the perfect conditions for surfing, kitesurfing, and sailing. Yes, my dad wanted to go sailing again. I think it's kind of an addiction now. After doing some research on the internet, he bought a 6-meter-long inflatable catamaran with which he wanted to sail with us to the Aegean Islands.
Yeah, we made it! Woo!
We just had a great time on the water. Next year, he wants to sail around Sicily. But my mom, who fell in love with the island Sicily, was also looking for a small piece of land there. The plan was to have a small residence to stay with the airstream and enough place for the dogs. After some days, my parents found a really magical place. On a small hill just 5 minutes from the seaside, right between vineyards and olive groves. Simply the perfect place to stay in peace with the airstream and still be right by the sea to go kiting, surfing, or sailing. A place with a gigantic view and incredible sunrises and sunsets. So my parents bought it and immediately started to prepare the place. A stand for the airstream, a cistern for enough water, and some plants and trees. In the next episode, you will see how my parents are working on the land piece, my father started to learn tricks on the BMX and me on the skateboard, how COVID-19 changed our life, and why we wanted to start posting weekly vlogs of the sailing family at home. So don't forget to subscribe and click on this little notification sign below this video that we can see us in the next video. If you want to support our production, please support us on Patreon. Thank you and see you soon.